Hey guys, I am posting this video in lieu of the one I shot before Christmas because I shot it on a product I am no longer using because I took this week and I canceled two of the subscriptions I'm paying stuff for. And I also canceled Zoom's allergy stuff because allergy stuff because it just wasn't worth it, because I would have had to have 3 times the amount of the product to get results with it, and I wasn't willing to pay 3 bottles a month because I was using 15 chews in a month, and I wasn't getting the results I wanted. It would have taken me months. Well, it was going to anyway, but it would have taken months with 3 times the amount of the product to get the results I wanted, to get him to actually stop scratching. And I'm having similar results with what I'm doing now. I had decided, I guess this was second week into the year, that I was going to bite the bullet and put Zoom on a half and half plan, which was half kibble and half fresh food. And I actually found one that worked. It's still, it's below $50, but I don't know how much it would cost me a year. It depends. But I actually am really happy with how things are going. So he's been on it. It'll be a week Saturday, because I got the box on a Friday, but since I didn't know how to thaw it, it took 12 hours for the stuff to thaw, and so I didn't have it thawed on Friday. If I had realized I could just put the thing in the stuff in the fridge and let it thaw as is, I should have read the instructions before I did anything with the food, which I'm glad I kind of actually glanced at stuff. So I stuck most of the stuff is in the fridge, and then I put the meals down one at a time. So, and I change it out about every 4 days. So this came on a Friday. It was 20, snowing, and they dropped the box off, which was quite big and heavy, in front of the office, because the thing got there so early. The office wasn't open, so they just dropped it in front of the office. And so I sent an email to the company. I said, hey, yes, this got to me, but it was delivered in the wrong place, and I need it on my porch and not at the office door. Particularly if the weather's bad, I don't want them just dumping the package wherever. And so, which involved my PA running over to the office and getting this big heavy box back to the house. I'm still gonna need help getting the box in, because they have those, the box is climate controlled, so, and they have dried ice in there. So, so that has to be discarded. And that's probably what takes the longest, is unpacking everything and discarding the dried ice. Usually when my parents had stuff that was packed in dried ice, they would just leave the boxes in the garage, and they would defrost on their own, and then they would just they would melt on their own, and then they would just throw them out. And I don't have that luxury, so I'm essentially throwing the stuff in my sink and throwing it out afterwards. So after almost a week, he's doing really well. His breath is better. It's hard to tell with his stool because the ground is frozen right now and the dog poop is freezing. So it's hard to tell. Probably when stuff starts thawing a little bit and the ground starts thawing, which won't be for like another 3 months, am I going to be able to tell if when you have a dog on fresh food, they actually poop less because their body is using more of the food to burn energy. And so so that's actually an upside to that, but I'm still trying to figure out his dosage between his kibble and the new stuff. And Mom looked at him this morning and she's like, he's a little bit skinny. And I was like, okay, so I'm probably going to bump him back up to his main amount of kibble, which is a little over a cup. And then I'm going to give him what is half his fresh stuff, which is half of a package. And I don't know where this is going to break down with the next box, because I changed my subscription for his box for this food because I miscalculated his calorie intake for this food, which I had it at 474 or something like that, or no, 427 was what the calorie count for the box I currently have is. Well, he needs closer to like a little under 1,000. Well, no, it's a little over 1,000 calories because my mom's dog gets 1,200 and he needs a little less than that. So I'm going to bump up his kibble back up to where it was and give him half of the fresh stuff, plus yogurt, plus treats, and he should have enough calories. So some of his treats are all natural. He's going to be getting dental chews. I actually took the dental chews off, and I may put them back on whether or not I need them, but I have like an entire bag of them, and I'm not going to like buy them all the time because that's like another $6 to $9 I don't really want to spend all the time. So I have all natural treats. I have the food. And I'm happy with the results so far. It's just figuring out his portions. Since he's on a half and half plan, I have to remember to bump his food enough that he's getting his calorie intake so he doesn't lose too much weight. And this has only been, his kibble's been a little bit short for a couple of days. And this was before I got the new stuff. So I actually need to, so I'm gonna tweak stuff starting tomorrow and or maybe tonight for his next meal and give him a little bit more kibble, just so his stuff is a little bit more balanced. But he's essentially on a half and half now, which by the time I'm breaking it down, it's probably going to be about $100 for dog food now, which is fine. And I'm going to try to actually keep some wiggle room for my kibble because I actually only buy dog food every 4 to 6 weeks. And since the price of dog food has gone up, I still want the majority of his calories to go for more natural stuff, because I am sick of dealing with the price of dog food. And yes, this is expensive, more expensive, but it's worth it because I have a better, it's just better for him. And I'm also gonna be changing my diet a little bit to help with some health stuff, and so. But that's kind of where we're at. And the other thing I got for him, my mom got him this toy. Oops, and my phone is still charging, so I can't really show you guys it right now, but I will. I'm gonna try to post another video on it right now when I have the time. It's actually a really cool toy. What it is it's 6 little cube things with these knobs, and you stick them in the holes, and they have different difficulty levels. It's like a 1 through 5. And he can barely, and I say barely, do the 3. Which is a little bit harder, which I think is the only one I can do. The hardest one I can physically do to put the toy together. There's 6 little sections, and I'm only using half of them right now, and that seems to be enough for him. But it's a toy that takes him like 20 minutes to get everything out of it. I put maybe 8 pieces of dog food in there. And it keeps him occupied while I'm doing something else. Right now, that's my best bet until I can get him back outside and do his walks every day. But it's January. I can't really do anything about that right now. And I'll give you guys a rundown on that toy on a day when my phone is in at 19%. And I'm going to close this out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.